And our argument, not well, my argument that I've held on since then has been Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid can't play together. And I have stayed with that. And back then, I thought Ben Simmons, you trade Joel Embiid because injuries, and I think Joel Embiid has reached the height of his career. I don't know how much better he can be. That said, his best, the best he can be is an MVP. So, like, that's pretty freaking awesome. So, the uncertainty with Ben Simmons is making me switch that maybe you keep Joel Embiid and you trade Ben Simmons. I would just like to start off with that was my original thought process, which has now led me to Ben Simmons can't shoot. This is a shooting league, and you can't play with two centers. And if one center can only take 3 threes a game, which I think that's what Joel Embiid took, I should double check that. But when you have one center who can't take any threes, that's probably not good. You can't have the Twin Tower Spurs now. It doesn't work. It can't happen. Like, the only reason why Giannis and Brook Lopez work as two centers is because Giannis can at least attempt a three and Brook Lopez is at least an efficient three-point shooter. So, like, it works. But when you have one person who literally can't hit a free throw as your center, and the only thing he offers is playmaking, which is the most difficult thing to teach and is incredibly unique, and he's a great playmaker. When you're not put in a system to succeed and that person clearly doesn't want to get better, there's an issue and someone needs to be traded. And I think our text messages were like, I would trade Ben Simmons for a number of things. Fit, he doesn't fit with Joel Embiid. I don't think it's a good matchup. It wouldn't make sense because then Joel Embiid would be really good at a screen and roller, similar to what Giannis is doing now in the playoffs, which he really didn't do in the regular season. But it's obvious that he would be good as a screen and pop or screen and roller. Like, he's just a big, and it makes sense. And you see how Trae Young uses the pick and roll to pretty much destroy the 76ers and the Bucks, which we're going to get to. But imagine Joel Embiid as the screener in that. That would be amazing. But you know why he can't? Because Ben Simmons. He can't do a screen for Ben Simmons because it doesn't work, because you just sag off both of them and no one cares. Nothing's going to get done. The same thing is, like, you can't use Ben Simmons as a screener because you can't have Joel Embiid standing at the top of the key or in the corner 3-point because he can't shoot that great. He's a good shooter, but, like, you're going to let him take threes. So, like, what do you do offensively? We're in a league filled of spacing, and you know what they're doing? They're clogging the paint, which means no one can drive, which means Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid can't do what they're good at because they're in each other's way. It doesn't make sense. And we were talking about last week about putting players in the best position to succeed. Ben Simmons' best position to succeed is with shooters around him as he picks for them and rolls to the basket and learns how to pass out of it. And maybe he should learn how to be good at shooting. That would be cool. He doesn't seem to want to. Like, dude has been in the league for what, 4 years now, and he hasn't improved a shot at all. Like, that's embarrassing. He should feel embarrassed about that. On top of that, he can't hit a free throw. He should be even more embarrassed about that because he sucks. And then he can't take a shot in the fourth quarter because he's scared. So I don't understand how he's not aggressive, because he's aggressive sometimes and then he's not aggressive. Like, you need to push him to be good at basketball. Like, this is his job that he's about to make $200 million at. He should know to be good at basketball, and he isn't. Anyway, the annoying thing about Ben Simmons, like we texted about, is that he could be really good. Like, he could be close to Magic Johnson. Like, that's like the height of what he could be. A great passer who can get to the rim, who can kind of shoot, but their passing ability is so amazing. And, like, Magic Johnson freaking played the center position in the finals. Why can't Ben Simmons be a damn center and just be okay with it? And be good at basketball. Like, My issue is that, like, I should explain that. He's not bad at basketball, but this is like my same argument with Russell Westbrook. People view him as like this MVP, all-star level person, and I just don't. So theoretically, by the definition of how people rank him as these great MVP, awesome all-stars, compared to me, they're not that, which means they're worse than what the perspective is. And it doesn't make sense. Like, Ben Simmons literally gets paid $200 million a year to play basketball, and he has yet to get the confidence to shoot the basketball. That is disgraceful.
You finished?
I I he, I really don't like Ben Simmons.
All right. All right. I see where you're coming from, and I know that the discourse now is just blame Ben Simmons. He needs to be off this team. But let me just start off by saying, let's just go back to that game 7
Wait,
of
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying he should have been off the team 3 years ago, and they should have
I
kept
know.
Jimmy Butler. How stupid can you be to pick Ben Simmons over Jimmy Butler?
In all fairness, he's the younger prospect, and you would usually go with the younger prospect
I
on
don't think,
hopes that he will build his game.
but
Go
Ben
ahead.
Simmons hasn't gotten better at basketball in his entire career. Jimmy Butler, the only thing he's ever done is get better at basketball.
Okay.
He's only ever gotten better every single year.
I
Ben Simmons
agree.
has stayed exactly. It's just hard
Jimmy
when your
Butler is
job
great.
is to play basketball and you can't improve.
All right. All right. All right.
I,
Let me let me just go back to the Hawks 76ers, that game 7.
oh yeah, when he didn't take a damn shot in the fourth quarter as the second best player on his team. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Well, that's another thing. Trae Young shot 5 of 23.
And
Who
they
was the main guy
lost.
on him? Who was the main guy on Trae Young throughout the game and at least pressured him to go in 5 for 23?
Okay. Yes, that's great. But you
Ben
see,
Simmons.
yeah, but
But
look,
but you said that Ben Simmons is, would you consider Ben Simmons the second scoring option on this team?
no, but he's treated like he is. The way the offense runs is he's
No,
treated like
that's
he is.
Tobias Harris. That's
That's
Tobias
not any
Harris.
better.
And when Tobias Harris is missing fourth quarter layups and just going cold in the fourth quarter,
That's a whole other thing, is that they picked Tobias Harris over Jimmy Butler. So
we can go back to that another day. And then Joel Embiid going cold late in that
can't
fourth. My
I don't
main
think you
thing
can
is,
blame Joel Embiid. Dude literally is
I
probably going to need to
look,
take out his knee.
he
Like,
was the reason why the 76ers got this far. My main point about Ben Simmons is that the 76ers just didn't stumble on being a first seed in the East. That just doesn't happen, especially going from last season till now. The whole discourse last season was Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid needs to go. They need to go. They need to go. They need to go. One of them has to go. What happens when you put Seth Curry and some shooters around Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid? They start to figure it all out. So now they improve from what, fifth seed, and basically losing the first round against what, the Celtics, to now the first seed getting to the second round, going 7 games with the Hawks. Okay, they lost that. Ben Simmons could have been better that game. I'm not arguing with you with the offense. The offense has to improve. He needs to get better as a shot creator, a scorer overall. Um he's
he
already a
literally
rim
has one
presence.
move.
He's a rim presence. He can get to the rim. He can finish it there. What I want to do see is the shooting. What can he create with the shots? Even if he's using the post at least and going to like a fadeaway or something, and also the free throws. We all know the free throws are a main thing of Ben that needs to improve, and it has to improve because the Hawks just went hack of Ben Simmons. But for all that being said, I'm not blaming all that game 7 on Ben Simmons.
Yeah,
There
no.
was problems, but execution late in the fourth really killed the 76ers. And Ben had like what 13 assists that game. He's a playmaking defensive guy. And with a defensive guy like Ben Simmons, do you just let him go like that?
Yes.
You just let him go like that.
Yeah, because
This
you
is
have
a
Joel
guy who
Embiid.
was
And
defensive player of the year candidate and arguably should have won it, and you just want to let him go like that. And Ben Simmons
look,
is what, 24 years old?
this is my argument against that, right? I don't know Ben Simmons, but it doesn't look like he has the best work ethic ever. And that's where the issue is, because he has yet to
He
improve.
got better over the years as a defensive player. He still needs to improve
Yeah.
on the shooting, but saying he
Okay,
just
so
didn't improve at all. He didn't improve that much as an offensive player, but
he
saying
has
overall as a
improved
player he didn't
zero
improve is
amount.
just not right.
He has improved zero amount on the offensive end of basketball. Sure, defensive, yeah, improvement, right? He's also 6'10", and he's decently built. It's the same argument that Kevin Durant literally can't be bad at defense because he's 7 feet tall. Like, Ben Simmons should never be bad at defense because he's so tall. Like, I've never understood how he didn't play defense in college, but also he didn't care in college about
There's a lot of
playing.
7-footers who's bad at defense though. Or
I mean,
6'10"
like,
guys or 6'9" or 6'11" guys in the league. That's just not the best defenders.
I
He can
mean, we
guard
can we
one
can
through
go
five
either way with it.
effectively.
Yeah,
The only
but
guy who could probably do that is like Bam Adebayo.
yeah, I'm
Who
just
else
saying
other
that,
than that?
like, if you're an athletic 7-footer, you shouldn't really be bad at defense because you could just sag off and put your hand up. So, like, I don't know. That's a different story in the sense of, like, if you want to go into like Rudy Gobert isn't good on the perimeter, it's because he has slow feet. KD's just a little bit smaller than him and is a lot more athletic and is a much better defender. He's more in the line of Kevin Durant as a defender because he has all that length and is able to do stuff with it.
As I say, you could say that about a bunch of guys.
Oh, look, if you want to, when you were talking about he's like the fourth option, I was thinking about Kawhi when they won the first championship on the Spurs, where he was literally like the fourth option because they had Ginobili, they got Tim Duncan, they got Tony Parker, they had all these great offensive players, and he was just there like defense and offense can do something sometimes, and he'll be there. It's just weird that he hasn't gotten any better on offense, and that's my issue.